Alright, round 2. Gonna play first again. Yeah, I guess we keep this. 3 of our 4 colors. That Falconwrath Gorger sure looks awkward. Two to slaughter in your opener is not too bad, though. It means... Well, I guess it means we get whatever first creature he plays here, but whatever. I could also offer a trade with a rat. Yeah. Yeah. Might just want to do that. Alright. Probably just going to cast To the Slaughter. If I don't, he just gets to sacrifice it later. Or get a choice, so... None of that seems good enough. Yeah, I guess we don't give him the choice. I mean, I feel like he would make this choice anyway, but I think it's better for us to make the choice. I think we keep swinging. Guess he could combat trick the observer, but I'm just going to hope he doesn't. I mean, if he attacks into it, I probably just don't block. I want the threat to be there, though. If he doesn't attack into it, I know he doesn't have anything. Alright. So it looks like he doesn't have anything. But, guess we can't attack with the rats anymore. Stone Quarry. Well, there's our Gorger. So I can attack with the Observer. I guess we actually just hang out. Alright. Can't wait to show him this splashed Falconwrath Gorger. Alright. Accomplice is something, right? Alright, guess we swing. Guess I didn't have to pre-combat that stuff then, but that's alright. So I think I'll probably just end up taking the neonate and block the skeleton. Could double block the neonate, but I'm certainly not going to lose the rats for it. Alright, well, at least Arsonist dies to the rats, but I do need a spell here. Hey, that's a pretty solid one. It is a pretty solid one. So I could theoretically swing with rats too here, but let's just be a little more cautious. So just Observer, and then we'll play the Moondrakes. Did pass a couple lightning axes. Oh, wait. It's got that ability too? How did I not know that? Maybe it's because I've never played with or against the card. So yeah, I guess I should have gotten in with my accomplice too. I just remembered the second ability. I didn't remember the first ability. So I guess I would have gotten in with the Gorger, since the accomplice is a better blocker. Okay. I don't mind double blocking an Arsonist here with Gorger and Accomplice. Still ends up being a better trade for us. And he really can't like attack with anything else either. It's not even that good for him, considering. Like, if he attacks with Arsonist, I double block. Yeah, like, I can punish this attack pretty harshly, actually. 'Cause now we get to eat this guy and double block here. So we take care of his biggest threat. It's not even really a 2-for-1. We do take a little bit of damage, but we also, like, eat a lot of his board. And we've got him on a pretty good clock now with the Moondrake. Could make it could increase the clock by, I guess, attacking with Observer too, but let's see what we draw here. Hey, Epiphany. Reveal the top X+1 cards of your library and separate them into 2 piles. I guess we do it at the end of my opponent's turn. Well, I want to do Accomplice too. I guess we don't have to. Let's take 1 turn off. So we're not going to attack with Observer. We're just going to attack with Moondrake. And then we're going to Epiphany at the end of my opponent's turn. I want to see what we can find here. This seems like a relatively safe time to do it. And if we just split them into 2 piles of 3, one way or the other, written 3 cards. Our opponent chooses the pile, which is important to note, but we get to separate the piles, so we can make it so hopefully each pile has something significant. I imagine we're going to see a purge or something along those lines. Yeah, I guess I don't want to trade a Rats for a Observer, so we'll take it. Or Rats for a Insolent Neonate, rather. Alright, what do we got? Bloodsworn, sure. That's at least not a big deal. Alright, so now we Epiphany for 6. Let's separate out some stuff here. We have an Accomplice in Yard. Alright, so this seems like, oh, it was actually for 7, so a Purge. Oh, it's just, oh, I see, I double click to do it. Okay, so something like this versus this seems good to me. Oh, it's +1 cards of your library. I was thinking, why was X equals 6 but it's 7 cards? Well, that makes sense. So either way I get a Purge. I think he probably picks the top. I can bounce his board with Engulf the Shores and leave all but, yeah. So this actually seems like a pretty good split to me. Let's do this. Any way you slice it, I end up pretty good. The other goes in my graveyard, too. So it makes sense that he gave me this one. Thing in the Ice. That is a card in our deck. Alright, let's, I guess we just swing with Moondrake and then play out Thing in the Ice and Ghoulsteed and pass a Rooney. Could just leave up Engulf the Shore too. Like I have 8 mana. I thought I had 9. So I could do Thing in the Ice plus leave up Engulf the Shore. It's pretty strong end of turn play. It's toughness, right? Or yeah. So I would keep my Observer and the Moondrake. Which means I should have attacked with the rats, I guess. But that seems like the safest play. Let's do that. We don't even need the Ghoulsteed. Yeah, so we're not going to do the Accomplice. We're just going to leave up Engulf the Shore. I think there's a pretty decent chance we're going to end up doing it. Just feel like it keeps us pretty safe from a lot of things. And the only thing it bounces of ours is Rancid Rats. And maybe even that's another reason to not attack with Rancid Rats, because it kind of presents a crazy block at the moment. Alright, Incorrigible Utes. I guess I can't bounce that with Engulf the Shore. That's alright. It's got haste in more ways than one. Haste on the card, haste from Bloodsworn, haste from a Haunted Cloak. That thing has a lot of haste. But we all know haste makes waste, so let's prove that. Attacking with Duelist. Okay. Attacking with Utes. Also okay. So I guess I'm willing to trade my rats for Utes. And we'll block the Thing in the Ice on the Duelist. Let's do that. Alright, let's Engulf. He knew about the Engulf too, right? Because he saw us, he put it in our hand. He chose for us to have Engulf the Shore. Alright, well, let's get in there. Deck certainly looked sweet this game. Beating a vampire aggro deck is certainly good news. Bloodsworn cannot block. Alright. So pretty aggressive looking little deck here. Neonate, Visitor. The Incorrigible Youth Neonate thing is a problem. Not that we can do a lot. We could bring in a Vampire Noble and cut down on the curve a little bit, but we do have to play all these rares. All these rares, though. I think we'd made an agreement. I'm the one that makes the rules, but it was something like... I mean, I can bring out rares if they're really hindering me in a game. Like Falconwrath Gorger is really hindering me this game, you know? I really should not have a Falconwrath Gorger in my deck, but then that same argument could be used every single time I play this deck. There's never a time where I'd want a Falconwrath Gorger in this deck. So I guess I'll adhere to this build because Falconwrath Gorger is still playable in this deck. But Second Harvest, even though it is playable in this deck, it would just dramatically hurt this deck's performance. More so than a Falconwrath Gorger would. So that's the struggle is real with the rare drafts, because you want to adhere to some guidelines, but just know that it's constantly changing. It's fluctuating. We're trying to come up with the best way to do this deck. Scrutiny's not bad. Do I need the Macabre Waltz? I guess theoretically my things could trade. Are they going to, though? I don't know. You know, Scrutiny Rancid Rats is pretty good synergy, though, I gotta say. Like, I could cut a Macabre Waltz. Chances are not great that he has answers to my flyers, but that's pretty presumptuous of me to think that. I didn't see the full extent of his deck yet. So let's just try it again. Alright, well, this is clearly a mulligan. This one, however, is a keep. And we get to keep that on top, too. Nice. Alright. Maybe our Tooth Collector is going to get something here. Alright. Looks like it probably will. Well, we're completely fixed, but I guess not completely fixed. We do have a lot of double color spells in here. Alright. I think we do the Accomplice. I could do the Thing in the Ice. I think he's going to attack into our stuff either way. But I might actually just block the Sanguinary Mage with the Accomplice. Oh, well, Tooth Collector gets a little bit less good, doesn't it? Still, I think we have to play the Tooth Collector here. Alright, well, Thing in the Ice would have panned out quite a bit better there, but remember, it's still a 3/3 menace, so we're going to have to deal with that. Did miss a land drop, I guess, which is good. Ooh. To the Slaughter. Also useful. Let's plan to double block the Neonate, I guess, for now. So I guess he's got Fiery Temper mana. Could also double block the Sanguinary Mage. I'm not sure if either of those options are going to be great. So if I double block the Neonate, I think we have to... At most, we're going to lose 1.5 card because of Accomplice. We're at least going to 1-for-1 with a trick. I guess he gets a 1 for 1.5 if he has a trick. But we do prevent some damage, so we'll see. Alright, he got Uncaged Fury, which is definitely bad for us. Gets to basically, not basically, he does get to board wipe us, so. did good for him there. So I can do Accomplice. I'm not sure if it does us too much good. Gorger. Alright, well, I guess we'll do it now. Would have liked my thing in the ice out, I guess, but alright, well, we want to 2 the slaughter now. At least we get use out of this before he gets vampire tokens. So he's going to sack the mage. And then I guess next turn we're going to Accomplice. Ghoulsteed's a good draw, actually, so now we get to do that. Alright, wait, why'd you play this skeleton? You want to do Call the Bloodline with that, don't you? Alright, so now we'll do Accomplice plus Thing in the Ice and pass. And we've got a plan at the very least. Alright, Visitor, not too concerned about that. Oh, he gets to draw though because, alright. So I guess we sandbag lands now, so he doesn't get to draw too much. Engulf. Wish it did a bit more for us here. Alright, so I can attack with Ghoulsteed. And if he double blocks, I can bounce. Which isn't bad. And if he takes 4, it's not bad either. Like, if he blocks Neonate plus Skeleton, I don't think he will anyway. But it feels like an opportunity to push some damage through. Plus, having Engulf the Shore is pretty good protection. This trade, I feel like, is actually okay for us. Like, I'm not going to Engulf now. Like, our guy comes back. His Visitor does not. Might even discard the Engulf now to the Ghoul. Well, Engulf does take care of Call the Bloodline tokens, I guess. Yeah. It's a bit of a problem. I guess I can block it with Thing in the Ice, though. We have a lot of ways to clear the board. Pretty surprised he's attacking here. This just seems like a perfectly reasonable trade for us. So I can get my Ghoulsteed back in a pinch. Cost me Engulf the Shore, I guess. Oh, well that's horrific for him. Now I get to keep all my things. Devil's Playground. That is a thing. That is a thing. Alright. We only have 3 red sources left in the deck, which is not a ton. Relentless dead. Ooh, that guy's pretty relentless. At least he doesn't have any Thangs in his graveyard. Dread Knight's pretty sweet. Ooh, we can Madness it too? Wait a second. Guess it's a 5 costing Madness though. Let's just play the Dread Knight. I wanted to do the coolness of Ghoulsteed, but that would take at least 2 more lands. One of which has to be a black mana. It just seems difficult enough where it's not worth it. Alright, so it looks like he's going to steal our big man. Doesn't put us dead. Obviously not in great shape here, but he can't get his Relentless dead back now, I guess. Yeah, so this actually isn't that terrible. We're taking 6, but we get to block the... I guess he could have the Rush as his last card. That would make sense. Alright, so maybe we're dead. Or we go to 1. No, he can do it here, can't he? And no, I guess that doesn't... 5, 6, 7. I guess we're not dead. Oh, he didn't have the Rush. Alright, well, guess that's good news. He can't get his dead back now. This is the way he tapped, which is good. We can start getting him with a Dread Knight, which is also good. And we have Engulf the Shore, which we're going to need to be good here. I think he also killed the wrong creature. He should have killed our 2/2 because our 2/1 couldn't block these Vampire Knights. Takes a black mana, my friend. Alright. Well, pretty lucky he screwed up his taps there. And we have Devil's Playground now? Jeez, that is spicy. That's a spicy meatball. So as long as he doesn't kill us to a Fiery Temper next turn, we're looking good. Duelist also does not kill us. All right. So let's think how we want to do this. I mean, clearly I want to kill as many things as I can. Question is, how many things can I kill? I guess I can kill everything, right? Block here with this and this. That's 3. Then block this with 1, block both of these, and deal the 3 extra damage to this. No, 1 extra damage. Yeah, we can kill everything, I think. So we block here, and here, 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 here. So that's 3, 4, 5, 1 extra there, 1 to him. Seems good. Him not having anything on board, I think, is also good. So 2 extra here, 1 extra here, and 1 here. We have a ghoul steed. Got to be conscious of that. Might be better to get the ghoul steed out here. All right. Because then I can actually block vampires. We'll see. He has no cards in hand, I guess. I don't want to discard the Engulf the Shore, really. I feel like Engulf the Shore could still be pretty useful. And I basically just want the Ghoul Steed to discourage his attacks. But I'm still not sure if pumping the Dread Knight isn't wiser. I think we're going to start on it next turn. I have enough to do Ghoul Steed plus Engulf the Shore, which seems pretty relevant here. I kind of want to engulf. I don't even want us to be in Geist Blast range, really. Like, we're already in Fiery Temper range, but I just don't want us to be in worse range than that. Alright, so let's get Ghoul Steed back. Purge. I guess we can Purge Call. Let's do that. Don't need red mana anymore. Thing in the Ice is getting there. He didn't discard. Ah, he's getting his skeleton back. I guess we lose to a duelist. If I'd waited a turn, I guess I could have killed him next turn too. So I did open myself up to being dead to duelist, which is a common. Well, Haunted Cloak's not going to do it. Alright. Looks like our deck did it. Opponent definitely made some errors, but we've all been there, right? Just a zombie horse, not a horror. So I guess he gets to block, which does buy him another turn. Oh. Of course I say that. Alright. Got round 2. That is a relief. Can we get 2 matches? We'll find out. See you in a second.